Yeah. So, fishing trip yesterday went pretty good. We caught our limit of lame snappers. Some of them, only about 4 of them were huge. All the rest of them were like pretty good, pan size frying. You know, about 12 inches. But today, as you can see from the screenshot, that's what I'm going to be talking about. Journalistic integrity. A lot of these folks around the sport of boxing, as far as I'm concerned, lacks journalistic integrity, right? You know, when there's nothing to be talked about or whatever and stuff like that, folks resort to hypothetical talking points and shit like that. Like, what does Sam Jordan have to do with the purses that's with Wilder and AJ and Fury and Usyk and Saudi Arabia? Nothing. He's not in the know. None of that shit. So, you know, at the end of the day, I don't see why people would take that as a real talking point to really have discussions about why, who's getting what, and arguing about why Fury getting more than Usyk, and why is Wilder getting all this money and this, that, and the third. You ain't the person that's putting up the money. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, it is coming from a standpoint that people should really recognize that the dude don't know who's getting what and what was proposed. You know? Martin King Boxing, what's happening? Top of the morning to you. He says, I don't know why these pundits think fans should be thinking about these boxers' money. I think the reason why they do is because, you know, when it's truthful, that's what some boxing fans want to know. When it's truthful, because in 2023, these cats need to figure out a better way of getting people to talk about boxing. There isn't a one-size-fit-all way, but with all this money on the line, with all this money flowing through hands, you mean to tell me folks can't figure out how to keep these boxers' name ringing in the streets? You know, the first thing smoking, if I was part of Tank's team and part of Ryan Garcia's team, I'd be like, look, y'all had everybody's undivided attention, right? Y'all need to do some interviews, man. Let's give it about a couple weeks or a month and keep y'all name in these streets. You know what I'm saying? Don't do what Deontay Wilder do. If he would have, but then again, you know, a lot of these people don't like to be fake around his motherfucking streets. But if he kept his name in the streets instead of disappearing for 6 months and coming back, you know what I'm saying? He'd have probably had twice the amount of fucking fans. But he don't like doing it. The same thing with Crawford. Remember when everybody was talking about Crawford need to do it? Crawford don't do it. Spence don't do it. You know what I'm saying? It's 2023, and the fans and these casuals want to hear what you got to say. You know what I'm saying? Look at Sean Porter. He fucking swindled his way into a goddamn job. Swindled his way into a goddamn. And I don't agree with everything you got to say, but He made himself known. Yeah, that's right, Modern King Boxing, all about the fight. Oh man, nothing much, man. Just driving to the slave shit. Yeah, I don't think any of these guys have journalistic integrity when it comes to the sport of boxing. I mean, look at the Daniel Kinningham thing. Look at that. Right? Look at when Wilder was pressing, Wilder's team was pressing Tyson Fury's gloves. Right? Instead of just blowing Deontay Wilder off and going throughout the historical events and what happened in other fights when it comes to selection of gloves, you really should have broke it down on what a fucking glove is supposed to consist of. Instead of saying gloves, and instead of having journalists tell you. So that's the reason why you don't keep your windows rolled down when it's raining. Fuck the goddamn window regulator up. Now I gotta reach across the goddamn car to turn it on. But it's all good though. It's only about a $40 piece. I'm just lazy. I should just buy it and put it in there. All right, I did it before, but then left my windows down again. But I don't want to hear boxing gloves is only to protect the fighter's hands and not the opponent's face. I already debunked that a long time ago. That's what journalists were saying. If that's the case, this is bare knuckle fighting. If that's the case, if that's the case, Floyd and Paulo Malignaggi wouldn't have had a boxing career. You know what I'm saying? But what do I know? You know, I broke it down for folks, and folks slacked me off about it, acting like I don't know what I'm talking about. But let's be fair. Let's be reasonable now. Gloves were called mufflers, and they were invented so people can actually train for bare knuckle fighting in the UK. Because the only thing they were doing was using a whole bunch of hand wrap, but people were still getting fucked up. Journalistic integrity, Daniel Kinningham, right? Look at that shit. Journalistic integrity, Dillian White popping, Conor Ben popping, and not a noun journalist out there is talking about how performance enhancing drugs in the sport of boxing is a big thing, and how come a lot of these fighters out here ain't getting tested? How come the WBC is always letting people slide, right? And coming out with bullshit ass what you call them things, newsletters on people popping, or what their adjudication was of it all. And then I don't see nobody when it comes to journalistic integrity talking about the triple BOC and how fucked up they are. Journalistic integrity. Folks can talk about Deontay Wilder's past. Folks can talk about Shakur Stevenson's past. Folks can talk about Crawford's past. Folks can talk about Errol Spence' past. Folks can talk about everybody's past out there, but refuse to say anything about Kovalev, refuse to say anything about Canelo, and refuse to say anything about Tyson Fury's past. Journalistic integrity. Journalistic integrity. Folks fucking around and failing to really shed light on the scoring in boxing. Right? A lot of weak ass scoring. They failed the right proper articles talking about how most of that scoring shit is up for interpretation. It ain't as solid as you think on how they score rounds. It ain't as fair as you think is how they score rounds. Referees rabbit punches, palming of the face, pulling head down, elbows, excessive holding, or grappling, whatever you want to call it. Nobody questions that. How it always looks like the referee is always favoring somebody. Right? You allow Devin Haney to do all this holding. You allow Tyson Fury to do all that grappling. You allow Savannah Marshall to use all them head elbows and shit. You allow Katie Taylor to use all them goddamn headbutts against Amanda Serrano and before fights before that. And nobody says shit. Nobody says shit about the shit. I mean, I saw the headbutts that Katie Taylor was doing. I saw the headbutts that she was doing before those fights, and I called it out. I saw the forearms. The forearms. That Savannah Marshall was doing before she fought Clarissa Shields, and called it out. Journalistic integrity. Being a journalist is not. You can't just be a journalist and you take the news that another journalist put out there and you write an article on it. That is not fucking journalistic integrity. That is not being a journalist. You have never seen in a while any of these journalists do any type of like real hardcore journalism. Nothing. All they do is just write a fucking article and when you get to the article, you got fucking 2-3 paragraphs to read before you even get to the nitty-gritty. It's all cooked. They write the same format every single motherfucking time. You got to skip down all the way to the goddamn middle or the bottom to get everything, because they be fucking they be hosing motherfuckers. Marty King Boxer said, "Well, clinching hasn't ever been a problem for me looking in, but I get what fans are frustrated about." What I'm saying is, it's okay to I'm okay with clinching every now and again, but 5, 6, 10 times around, no. When you start making, when you start using clinching as a form of your defense, for the fucking just pure fucking convenience, 10 fucking 15, 20 fucking times in one round, no way. Nah, I'm not with that. Y'all give me a second. Top of the morning to you.
Good morning.
Yeah, buddy.
How you doing, man?
You stay cool, man. Yeah, man, that's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Was a period. I seen a bunch. I'd be like, God damn. Some of majority of the fuck it is intentional, but it caused nothing. Oh, and late hits too. Late hits. They ain't really been calling that either. It's almost like man, these referees, man, it's almost like they getting lazy, man. But I don't blame them. I don't really necessarily blame them, because somebody got to give them direction, and they're not. Martin King Boss said Haney tried that with Loma. He in for a rude awakening. That's not JoJo Diaz and there this time. Yeah. And that's the reason why some of these fighters, man, they just like you clinch with them, they're just gonna keep swinging. They're just gonna keep swinging. They're just gonna keep letting them hands go. You know what I'm saying? Keep letting them hands go. Yeah. Martin King Boxer said the numbers don't seem right. Fury 90 million, and he laughing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bruh. We all know these dudes. It's nobody knows what these guys are getting of that nature. He just sit up over there running his motherfucking mouth. You know, way too much money. He bored. He just talking, chatting shit. He know it, but that's not his fault. I'm talking about the dude in the screenshot who thought it was a cool idea to like matter of fact, like that's supposed to be like the conversation around town, a hypothetical fucking hypothetical persons. That's what I'm saying. Hypothetical person supposed to be. Anyways, y'all, I gotta go, man, because I gotta get to work.